Alright, today we're going to learn how to make rava dosa. Rava simply means semolina, and so it's about a cup of semolina that's dry roasted in a pan, and then to that I added all-purpose flour and rice flour. Now the ratio of rice flour and all-purpose flour, you hear different versions and you can use what you're comfortable with. I'm using the version that my mom makes, which is a cup to one and a half cups of all-purpose flour and half a cup of rice flour. And to this I added cumin seeds, curry leaves, green chilies, black pepper, and you can also add cashew nuts if you want to, and a little bit of ginger. And this dosa, it's more to do with not the fermenting and stuff like that, because it's easy to make it. You don't have to let it sit overnight. I just made this after I came back from work. So I soaked everything together in water for about roughly 30 to 45 minutes, and then I'm ready to make the dosa. It's more to how you cook it and how you pour the dosa batter on the griddle that's kind of challenging to a lot of people. And so what I'm doing is, I've seen different versions of how to make it. One is where you just pour just like you would the regular dosa, and the other is where I've seen it being sprinkled. And this version I came up with, which I thought was easier for me, is to pour the batter in a mug. And let me show you the consistency of this batter. It's really thin, almost like pancake batter, but imagine pancake batter and a thinner version of the pancake batter. So to this I added almost and let me show you the consistency of this batter. It's really thin, almost like pancake batter, but imagine pancake batter and a thinner version of the pancake batter. So to this I added almost 3 to 3.5 cups of water. So here the griddle is ready, and I'm pouring it, and as I pour it, I'm going to start doing this, flattening it so I get a thin version of it. And you don't have to worry too much about it. You can fill those little gaps. It's very forgiving. And that's it. And then we're going to drizzle some oil. This was one of those dosas that my mom would make if we have guests all of a sudden, and you have some dosa batter but you don't have a lot to make dosas. Then she would alternate rava dosa and regular dosa. And the finished product looks somewhat like this. So if you see, it's really crispy and thin, and you can almost see like a lacy pattern on the dosa. I'm serving it with my mom's chili powder that she makes to go with it. And then my last dosa I normally have with sugar. So now you've seen that I poured the dosa batter and then I let it cook for a little bit. It took almost 4 to 5 minutes, and see how you can see all these lacy patterns there. And if you notice, I didn't worry about all those little gaps that were there. And now I'm going to flip it, and you see this beautiful pattern, and I'm going to cook it on the other side for probably about another 2 to 3 minutes. And now this is easily manageable, so I'm going to move that over and then pour another rava dosa there. Just give it a little mix before you pour the next round. See how easy it is? I taught this in my class, and my students caught it right on, and they started making the dosas themselves, so I'm sure you can all do it yourself too. And there are different variations. You could add finely chopped onions to this. You can fill it with the masala, the potato filling as well. You can do a whole lot of things with this. Now here you go. So since it's so thin, it doesn't take too long to cook. And there you have it, crispy rava dosa.